Hi guys, Pan-tastique here, back at it again with another speed paint and of course another channel update because I'm still working on putting all these updates through and I did not really want to leave you guys hanging in the dark after not uploading for a month because I've noticed that it does definitely harm my views. So out of fear of my channel disappearing into obscurity altogether, I've just decided to make this little series of videos talking about the changes that are going to be happening in the next few months on my channel. The painting I'm making today is a character you might recognize as May from my visual novel Wished Away, which is actually also the exact subject of today's video. The painting here, the structure is a little bit different because I'm trying out a few new methods that I kind of picked up from Air and Blaze and giving my own spin to them. So I hope you enjoy watching that, and let's get on with the actual subject. Wished Away, you have probably heard about it if you have been following my channel for the past 2 years, and you would probably know if you've been following it that that project mysteriously disappeared from the radar last year. And the reason why is mainly because I haven't been able to find the time to work on it yet, and also because it's a lot of fucking work, a lot more work than I anticipated, and it's kind of grown ahead of me because, of course, as I said, I don't really know how to make music and I don't know how to code, so that's all been a bit of a challenge. I have been working on chapter 3, but you know, the more I've been working on it, basically, the more I started disliking the art style of the entire game. So that's one of the things that actually made me want to not work on it anymore because I hate how it looks. I know I probably went about this wrong by deciding to release it chapter by chapter because I thought that, you know, that would leave the game with more momentum, but you can't keep momentum to something if it never had momentum to begin with. So basically, Wished Away, I've decided to, well, I've not decided to stop working on it, I've decided to restart working on it. And what that essentially means is the first 2 chapters that you are able to download on Game Jolt right now actually are going to be made completely free and be renamed to the demo version, because initially the first chapter was the demo version and now those first 2 chapters are the demo version. And I am going to release the entire game in one go. Once it is finished, once it is polished, once I am satisfied with the way it looks. And that's probably not going to be for another year or maybe even 2. Because I'm going to rip out the entirety of what I currently have. I have to remake every single asset, all the character sprites, all the music, everything. And regarding to the music, well, if you've played the game, you can hear that my music fucking sucks. So I don't know if I could work together with someone on making music for my game, because essentially that is what I'd want. But considering the fact that I don't have the money to pay someone a decent rate for their work, I'd have to find someone who's willing to work with me on a little passion project. There's probably people out there, but I'd have to look for them first. So regarding the music, I'm not sure what is going to happen yet, but it won't be my creation because my creations are dreadful. I guess what it comes down to, essentially, Wished Away wasn't really a project that I was ready to have deadlines for. It was really more, you know, experimental, and I took that way further than I should have, and it put expectations on people's plates. The 2 people who've actually played it. Sad truth. But it mostly gave me expectations, and I should not have expected to be able to finish this thing in a year, especially with college being as busy as it is. And essentially, so that means that Wish Away is now going on a bit of a hiatus while I focus on 2 other projects that I actually will be able to complete in a timely manner. The second one maybe not so much, because it's a webcomic with over 1,500 pages, and I publish about 50 to 100 pages a year, so and we're only on page 200. So yeah, that one's going to take a couple of years to complete. But what this means for Wish Away is it's going to disappear from the spotlight a bit. And I started Pan's projects, as I said in 2 videos ago. The first announcement, Pan's projects is completely going to change structure. And I'm not going to work with the seasons structure anymore, because right now I had Wished Away, but because I was working on it so slowly, I felt like I couldn't really release any videos without massive spoilers regarding the story and all that. So that kind of worked against one another. So now I've decided to just completely drop the season structure and just whatever project I feel like talking about and what I feel I can fill 10 minutes with or more, I'm going to talk about. For example, the Guardian trilogy, that's attached to such a huge universe that I've been building for the past 8 years. I was able to fill enough videos with that. And Wished Away honestly should have just stuck to those 2 little videos that I made about it. Because I don't want to spoil too much, even though I've already spoiled too much, I guess, with the videos that I made. But I just want to do things differently this time around, now that I actually know what I'm doing, now that I can take my time, revamp the whole look of the game, the characters, the music, everything. Again, I don't know if I'm going to collab with people to do the music, or we get licenses from existing pieces that suit my game, which is my second choice. I'd rather collab with people, but I only want to do so if I can either pay them for their work or they agree to do this for free for credits in the game or shared revenue. This game is never going to make any money. Who am I kidding? Never say never, because if as a creator you're not confident in your content, how is the viewer or the consumer supposed to be confident? So I really should stop self-deprecating myself and just, yes, it is worth paying money for, and yes, it's worth spending time working on. That's the attitude I should have. Professional attitude, not this I'm a kid on YouTube who has no idea what he's doing attitude that I've been having for the past few years. But back to Pan's projects, no more seasons, two subjects you can definitely expect several videos on are Swift Spark in the Defense 5, which is the before mentioned comic with 1,500 pages, which is hopefully going to grow into something bigger in the future, but more on that in the future. And Mirror Magic, of course, because I started writing that book back in 2012. You can find an episode of Unfinished Failures on it, where I called it the ultimate ripoff, because the original version was just a horrible mashup of Harry Potter and Winx Club, I guess, essentially, with some other smaller fantasy series inspirations mixed in, and it was horrible, it was terrible, and I'm glad to announce that I'll be able to invite some beta readers to read the first edits. Right now my best friend is reading the first draft, the unedited brain dump version, which has a lot of wonky sentences in it, but I'm sure that they'll be able to ignore that and just focus on the story, because it's a really fun story, and I can't wait to share some more information on it with you guys, and hopefully some of you will be interested in reading it. Unfortunately, I'm already out of time for today, but I guess that those were the most important things I wanted to talk about right now anyway. So to repeat it in short, Wished Away is going on the back burner for a bit. I'll probably occasionally stream updates and live coding or making stuff for it on Twitch, but I will no longer release the game on a chapter by chapter basis. I'll release the full thing when it's ready. And the second thing, past projects, is getting 2 new subjects, and Mirror Magic is finally nearing completion status. And I want some of you guys to read it before I release it. Who knows, maybe I'll just allow anyone who subscribes to my Patreon to read it. Sound like a deal? Plus, I might just add some exclusive beta updates of Wished Away to Patreon for only patrons to download, because that was one of the tiers that I had in my old Patreon layout. So, seems like that Patreon is finally going to be worth donating to. Be sure to check it out. Links in the description. The next video will probably also be talking about my Patreon and my website and my Discord, because I want all 3 to have something unique that is worth subscribing to. Of course, Discord is going to be the only free option, and my website and Patreon will be a mix of free and paid content. But more on that soon. This is all I have for today. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Hi guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. YouTube loves both. And if you have something on your mind, leave a comment. Don't forget to check out my shop or my Etsy. All my art is available for you to purchase there. Or consider donating to my Patreon. That's all for now. See you next time.